Parts from a 42-inch Craftsman Lawnmower deck. William Hovey Smith, 2024. This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And we're continuing to salvage from our pickup lawnmower here. Now, parts that we've already taken are the seat, which is on the mower I'm rebuilding, the hood, the back plate here, and the nice thing about this Craftsman is the accessory parts are screwed and bolted on rather than welded. And this enables the user to relatively easily interchange any component of this lawnmower in this series. Now, one of the most valuable parts that I've yet to extract is the mower deck. And let's take a look at it. Prominently displayed on the mower deck are its size, 42 inches. And this deck cut a small urban yard, and consequently is pretty solid. There are no erosional holes in the deck, and the attachments all look good. We may have to replace the blades, but that's no great problem. And yeah, if I were to try to order this deck complete, we would certainly be talking about several $100s to have it delivered, even if I could find one in my home county here, much less have it shipped in from anywhere. So this alone was worth the trouble and expense of driving a couple of hundred miles to get it. This is the deck that ran on my brother-in-law's lawnmower, and you can see several places where pieces have been welded onto it, here, here, and also erosional holes through the deck itself. This is because much of what he was mowing here in Georgia was on a sandy soil, and that sand just abraded the inside of this deck terribly. So the deck itself is no longer structurally complete or sound. However, the interior components here work. So I'm going to attempt to salvage these, everything I can, strip this down to bare metal, and go ahead and sell this for scrap. I remember helping my brother-in-law put these on, and the old blades were stuck, and they were a son of a bitch to come off. But fortunately, since these are relatively new replacements, yeah, no great problem. Okay. Good. The roller assembly here is held on by a nut and bolt with this very narrow head. As corroded as it is on the other side, I think the easier task is going to be try to remove these self-threading screws here, and we shall see. Now that we have it flipped over, we can work on removing the components on the top side. And what I'm going to do is remove everything that is non-ferrous, as well as anything that's still working. So if I need parts, yeah, I've already got them. My pile of removed parts is growing, but there are some things here I'm going to have to cut off. And that includes this protector right here, because I don't have a socket that's long enough to reach down and get that screw. Support this channel by buying my outdoor books, business books, novels, and recommending them to your local libraries. I have a variety of books, and since we're rapidly approaching turkey season, those which tell you how to take turkeys in new and perhaps interesting ways include backyard deer hunting, crossbow hunting, and extreme muzzle loading. Between rain sprinkles, I've cut this away, and perhaps that will be enough to get this thing off of here. And it is. Yeah, now this was beyond all salvage anyway, so no harm. We've made some progress towards getting rid of some of this stuff and taking it off. And now we have to withdraw this pulley, because this unit has to be taken out from the bottom. And I've already removed the blades, unfortunately, which would have been the easy way to block it. So I'm attempting to block the movement of this pulley using these vice grips and see if I can turn off that nut. It takes a 7/8 inch. Okay. Okay. Something broke. All right. It's not that tough, but we got it. As I apply pressure, the whole assembly is moving around on the trailer. So I put a screwdriver and a pair of pliers to try to block its movement. Let's see if that succeeded. There we go. Despite intermittent rain, we have just about got this mower deck stripped down. Of this piece that you see in front of you that actually contains the cutting blades is the most difficult to get out. And you see the one I've just taken out and the screws, and this takes a 1/2 inch socket, by the way. On the other side, you see the one I haven't started on yet. And then you see the spring, and in the middle of that is a screw you have to remove. And then you can work on this spindle here and remove the 3 retaining screws on it. This is the last of the screws that I'll move. It actually broke. Done. So, we have this ready to go to the scrapyard now. We now have our mower deck completely stripped down. And over here are parts that I can use on my other deck that I'm salvaging from the lawnmower that I drove down from Atlanta. I don't know that that mower deck works or not. It has every indication of working, but just to make sure, I have a complete set of operating parts in-house. And including a very nearly new belt. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.